Well, this is not a story I ever expected to be talking about, but here we are. Former Jaguars linebacker Telvin Smith has been arrested in Jacksonville and charged with unlawful sexual activity with certain minors, and they keep that brief for a reason. You don't really know what the exactly that means, but all we know is Telvin Smith has been charged, and I guess is at the end of his football career. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, that's a pretty terrible offense. I guess he's guilty because they just charged him with it. So. Police once again spotted at the home of former Jaguars player Telvin Smith, jailed for unlawful sexual activity with the minors. So, yeah, not a good situation in the slightest. And, yeah, you guys give me your thoughts down below as we break down this breaking news story here, right here on the show. Pretty craziness. I'll read you all the details in just a second. Um, Yeah, heavily armored SWAT team officers and undercover detectives were seen at Smith's house today. That's pretty crazy. So that's a lot. Give me your thoughts, guys. Telvin Smith. Former Jaguars linebacker Telvin Smith is being held in jail accused of sexual activity with minors. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office website says Smith was jailed today for unlawful sexual activity with certain minors. No further information on the nature of the case has been made public. According to News 4 in Jacksonville, heavily armored SWAT team officers and undercover detectives were seen at Smith's home today. This is Smith's second recent criminal charge. In November, he was arrested after a raid on his home. 29-year-old abruptly retired from football before the 2019 season, foregoing a $9.75 million salary. So, I guess in a way you had to wonder, like, why the hell would he give up $10 million? That seems pretty weird. So I guess he probably knew what was coming or had some inclination or something like that. So you don't just give up $10 million for no reason. I can tell you that right now. You definitely don't do that. So yeah, pretty awful situation. But yeah, let me know your thoughts as we break it down here live. And Telvin Smith, former Jaguar, arrested and charged with unlawful activity with a minor. So that's pretty ridiculous. Obviously, if he really is guilty and all that, he should rot in prison for as long as the maximum sentence is. It's pretty disgusting and unacceptable. I don't need to tell you that, though. You don't need to hear from me. Former Jaguars linebacker Telvin Smith is being held in jail, accused of sexual activity with minors. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office website says Smith was jailed today for unlawful sexual activity with certain minors. No further information on the nature of the case has been made public. According to News 4 in Jacksonville, heavily armored SWAT team officers and undercover detectives were seen at Smith's home today. This is Smith's second recent criminal charge. In November, he was arrested after a raid on his home. The 29-year-old abruptly retired from football before the 2019 season, foregoing a $9.75 million salary. And the police were at his home today. They've got the SWAT team and they got the helicopters. So pretty, um, you know, they arrested and charged him. So I don't know if it's too much of a mystery at this point. I guess I'm not sure 100% what's going to happen at this point now. But if they got all that, and yeah, I don't know what else they can really say. Helicopter, got the SWAT team there. So pretty crazy stuff. So yeah, give me your thoughts down below. We break down this breaking news story, man. Telvin Smith, the former Jaguar, passed up on a $10 million 9.75 option for the season before the 2019 season. So yeah, they probably figured something was going on with this guy. But yeah, we drew away from the News 4 Jacksonville article. Heavily armored SWAT team officers and undercover detectives were spotted in Queens Harbor on Wednesday afternoon at the home of former Jacksonville Jaguar star Telvin Smith. In November, investigators with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office were spotted raiding the 29-year-old's home, towing his vehicle. Sources told News 4 Jax the case is still under investigation, and then another search warrant was issued on Wednesday. Smith, a star defender who was placed on the retired reserve list with the Jaguars, has never been charged with anything related to the ongoing investigation because there are no public docs available. News 4 Jacksonville is not releasing the nature of the case. Those with knowledge of the case told News 4 Jacksonville officers spotted outside the home had guns drawn because they believed They were weapons in the home. God, this is getting crazy. News 4 Jax has not been able to contact Smith. No answers have come as a result of filing public records requests. So pretty crazy, man. This is getting a really developing story here with Telvin Smith, the former Jacksonville Jaguar, who has been arrested and charged with unlawful activity with a minor. Minors are saying, so that's even more than one. God, this is awful. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. I mean, pretty awful story, and hopefully, if he really is guilty, they're gonna put him behind bars for the maximum sentence, whatever exactly that is. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.